The weight training provides an opportunity for employees to get together and learn the most up-to-date techniques that they have exchanged with other districts that they've utilized to work with landowners. And it's a wonderful opportunity and just a superb setting to just talk about how things have gone the last year and what new ideas are there.
Well, Wade began with a group of district employees that wanted to start an organization to represent interest of district employees. Not a union, but an association of district employees that could interface with one another, could interact with one another, and begin talking about their programs and activities and ideas and techniques and share those throughout the state. And so it had small beginnings, and the exact year I'm unfamiliar with, but I do remember the purpose was to bring together the district employees across the state to talk about techniques and ideas and better themselves by working together. One of the things that's interesting about an association like this is you're looking for influence, you're looking for special information that you can get back and forth between the district employees, and finally you're really looking for special products and services. And this, the conference of Wade, is one of those products and services that's unique to an association like the Washington Association of District Employees.
Our first training session was in Ellensburg at Central Washington University. We had a one-day from noon of one day to noon of the next, but it was really geared towards the administrative part of the business. And so as it grew, district employees of course wanted more training for technicians and all aspects of the district projects. So that grew over the next couple of years at Central Washington University, and then we moved to the Sleeping Lady, where it was a full 3-day organization.
Conservation districts had identified resource goals and needs locally and had hired staff to participate and were providing those needed services to the local constituents. And as that built upon itself and as those services were sought out by those local landowners, it became very evident that the district employee needed to have someplace, an opportunity to expand their knowledge base, their expertise level. And the Wade training is that opportunity. It is targeted. It is specifically identified in the tracks of all those technical and important facts and processes, and to the level of the very technical work, educational tools that employees need to get the work done on the ground with that private landowner.
This year's training was broken into 9 different tracks that had anywhere between 4 and 7 sessions over the 3-day period. General sessions were interspersed throughout the tracks for all to attend. The tracks were based upon topics such as finance, water quality, livestock, and information technology.
So the track that the employee should be attracted to is one that relates to the discipline that they have, or their position they have back at their conservation district. Because again, the most important thing that we can gain from this conference is the ability to be able to take back new ideas and new concepts related to the work that we do back in our district. So the track for the district managers, the track for the finance, the track for water quality, the track for our technical employees, all very important. So I tend to go to that track that's related to the position of the discipline.
It really transitioned from the first sessions in Central Washington at Ellensburg to really encompass all the needs of district employees, of all employees, and also included supervisors. And I think that's real important for the supervisor to be sitting in these training sessions alongside the employees to get a perspective of what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. And I think what happened with the training coming into the Sleeping Lady is we brought our partners in, Department of Ecology, the state auditor, and a number of people from the various departments that we partner with, to get their perspective and to help us and also give them the impression that we're trying to do these things in the right manner and be legal as we go forward. So
the fact that we have 150 plus employees here is a real quality assurance for supervisors to send their employees. You know, the tracks that span pretty much the gamut of activity within districts are specific to those needs, have been refined over the years, provide what an employee needs at that point in time to do the best job. And when it gets right down to it, that's what we do, is we provide service, and we need to make sure we provide quality service. Because when you talk about natural resource conservation and protection, you're talking about something that's the lifeblood of all of ours if we want to have a sustainable future. And that's what we do here at the Sleeping Lady facility, is we network together, we build better products, we have better processes, and we get to where we all of a sudden are just that much better and that much more in tune with what is the service that we're going to provide back to that local private landowner.
I guess, you know, the real important thing I think for this training is an opportunity for all of us to ask questions of people that are in positions, whether it be from the State Attorney General's office or Department of Ecology or the State Department of Agriculture or even other conservation districts, of how they are dealing with some of their resource concerns, what are the challenges they're facing, and what are some of the tools that they are using and implementing to have some success with their projects. And that to me is really the greatest feature of this program, is being able to have that communication, that two-way dialogue of successes and failures, so that we can learn collectively from it.
The sessions are good and they're real important, but it's also that hooking up with one another and visiting after hours or in between meetings. I know I've experienced a lot of people coming to me and visiting about certain issues that they have in their district, and so it gives us an opportunity to learn from one another. And I always maintain the attitude that we need to have when we go to these meetings is that I'm going for the purpose of sharing, but I'm also going to get one new idea. And if I can come away, and each one of the staff come away with one new idea from these workshops and these sessions, that it was well worth the time and the money that was spent.
Networking as part of this conference is so important. You watch as people are interfacing with one another, working with one another, talking about their projects and programs and activities, and it just means so much, the networking. If you think of 47 conservation districts employees, and I think we have 37 of those 47 here represented by at least one employee, and the opportunity to be able to talk about those programs, activities, and frankly from a Washington State Conservation Commission perspective, be able to receive information from those different employees throughout the state about key projects, programs, activities, funding sources, and those types of feedback, and the networking we receive in the Commission is also an important part between the employees, and then also to key organizations like the Commission and the Washington Association of Conservation Districts.
I believe that as an administrative assistant, it's probably one of the best trainings that I can get every year that is associated with my job, and it's a good way to be able to talk with other people that do the same things that I do, since we are so unique and how we handle our money and finances is so unique that it gives us a chance to be able to get advice, maybe talk with other people that do the same thing, and be able to come up with some good solutions.
This year I'm a presenter on a couple of different topics, one being a new employee orientation, which is kind of fun for me because I get to meet all of the new people. A lot of folks, they walk around here and they see the new employees that come by, and they don't get the opportunity to meet them like I do in that respect. And it's great to hear the questions that they have and the concerns that they have as far as trying to figure out how all of the districts and NRCS and all of the other partnering entities kind of come together to do what we do.
The networking capability here, dealing with all the other conservation districts and the things that they're going through, and what our particular conservation district is going through, getting new ideas, sharing the information has just been phenomenal. It's made some great changes within our district. We've gone from a district of 3 people to a district of 8 people, and a lot of that has to do with what we've learned here at Wade, because we've learned how to write some good grants, what kind of things that we needed for grants.
It's so important to try and encourage districts to send at least one representative, and I think from having a new supervisor, it'd be a wonderful way for a supervisor to give a better idea of what's going on in other conservation districts across the state. What are their challenges? What are the employee challenges there? And be able to start your journey as a conservation district supervisor in understanding what issues that other districts are facing, how they're resolving them, what their employees might face in terms of challenges, in terms of opportunities to work with landowners, and kind of go back and recharge and inspire your district for the next year. Look at your own district programs. Wonderful opportunity to do some soul searching about your district programs and look to see, are we meeting the needs of the community based what I've heard from other districts and what they're looking at. I could just literally go on for hours in the amount of benefit that I see that comes out of Wade, and it's part of the reason that the Conservation Commission continues to be fully supported and engaged both financially and in sending a staff and participating in the programs, because of the benefit we see and the amount of change that we see occurring in district programs, how much more emphasis people have in improving their programs, and pretty much a collective spirit of trying to do them in a fashion that supports each other, supports all the districts in a way that's meaningful to the state and one that we can report on.
So here to give a presentation, but really I think even of greater value is connecting one-on-one and meeting folks from all the conservation districts around the state, making that personal connection and letting folks know what we're about and what we're doing and how it connects to what their interests are, and that personal relationship building and making that connection is really kind of the key to this type of conference.
We work with a lot of the other agencies, whether it's the Department of Ecology, Natural Resources, the Governor's Office, and having our state auditor here and having our Attorney General. And this provides an opportunity from us at a statewide level to bring in those experts and to talk about the issues that the districts may have from a legal, from a auditing standpoint, and exchange both what's working for the districts and what's working for the state. And everyone's hearing the same message. To have an opportunity to get everybody in the same place at the same time in this sort of setting, in a very, very environmental friendly atmosphere, and exchange those ideas is, I don't know how much it would cost to have these sort of trainings individually around the state, but the amount of benefit that we achieve from bringing everyone together and having them hear the same message at the same time from the communications end is just, it's priceless, so to speak.
Questions often proposed, boy, isn't this a luxurious resort that these folks are going? And isn't it expensive? And having a law degree and keeping up my law degree, I need continuing legal education units. And I'll say that I spend more on 8 hours of training that's no better by quality on subject than what I receive in training than the whole cost of 2 days at Wade plus lodging plus food. So this is a very economical setting. We see that our partners, the Natural Resource Conservation Service, they're dwindling. Their numbers are dwindling. Their dollars for training is dwindling. This is the time when we need to maintain quality as the resource challenges are coming more and more to the forefront with our population increases. And so with NRCS going out of the picture, the needs for our solutions and really the importance of having professional people who know what they're doing, this is why Wade is so important to deliver the training.
All in all, I think that the Wade training has grown to be recognized on a national level. And the only reason that is because it truly is one of those outstanding programs that provides what district employees need.